Hello and welcome. My name is Alan and we are back with more Southern Horrors and Other Writings. This was meant to be Tuesday's episode. But anyway, today we're reading a rather short chapter, especially with it being mainly just names and ages and stuff, because it's an actual lynching record and everything. But before we get into the video, do want to remind you I've got two ways to donate to the channel. I have a Patreon account that is a month-to-month setup, and I also have a Coffee account where you can donate month-to-month, or you can make a one-time donation. If you are in financial difficulty, please don't donate. Things are tough enough on everyone right now as it is. But if you can and you want to, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That said, let's jump into the episode here. Today we're reading Lynching Record for 1894. The following tables are based on statistics taken from the columns of the Chicago Tribune, January 1st, 1895. They are a valuable appendix to the foregoing pages. They show, among other things, that in Louisiana, April 23rd to 28, 8 Negroes were lynched because one white man was killed by the Negro, the latter acting in self-defense. Only 7 of them are given in the list. Near Memphis, Tennessee, 6 Negroes were lynched, this time charged with burning barns. A trial of the indicted resulted in an acquittal, although it was shown on trial that the lynching was prearranged for them. 6 widows and 27 orphans are indebted to this mob for their condition, and this lynching swells the number to 11 Negroes lynched in and about Memphis since March 9th, 1892. In Brooks County, Georgia, December 23rd, while the Christian country was preparing for Christmas celebrations, 7 Negroes were lynched in 24 hours because they refused or was unable to tell the whereabouts of a colored man named Pike, who killed a white man. The wives and daughters of these lynched men were horribly and brutally outraged by the murders of their husbands and fathers. But the mob has not been punished, and again, women and children were robbed of their protectors, whose blood cries unavenged to heaven and humanity. Georgia heads the list of lynching states. Murder. October the 9th, Samuel Smith, Greenville, Alabama, January 11th. Sherman Wagoner, Mitchell, Indiana, January 12th. Roscoe Parker, West Union, Ohio. February 7th, Henry Bruce, Gulch County, Arkansas. March 5th, Sylvester Rhodes, Collins, Georgia. March 15th, Richard Pereira, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. March 29th, Oliver Jackson, Montgomery, Alabama. March 30th, Sabrick Fishers Ferry, Mississippi. April 14th, William Lewis, Lanison, Alabama. April 23rd, Jefferson Luggle, Cherokee, Kansas. April 23rd, Samuel Slogate, Tallulah, Louisiana. April 23rd, Thomas Claxton, Tallulah, Louisiana. April 23rd, David Hawkins, Tallulah, Louisiana. April 27th, Bethel Claxton, Tallulah, Louisiana. April 27th, Comp Claxton, Tallulah, Louisiana. April 27th, Scott Harvey, Tallulah, Louisiana. April 27th, Jerry McCly, Tallulah, Louisiana. May 17th, Henry Scott, Jefferson, Texas. May 15th, Colt Williams, Pine Grove, Florida. June 2nd, Jefferson Crawford, Bethesda, South Carolina. June 4th, Thondo Underwood, Monroe, Louisiana. June 8th, Isaac Kemp, Cape Charles, Virginia. June 13th, Lon Hall, Sweet House, Texas. June 13th, Bascom Cook, Sweet House, Texas. June 15th, Luke Thompson, Biloxi, Mississippi. June 19th, John Williams, Sulphur, Texas. June 29th, Ulysses Hayden, Monette, Missouri. July the 6th, Hood, Amite, Mississippi. July 7th, James Bell, Charlotte, Tennessee. September the 2nd, Henderson Hollander, Elkhorn, West Virginia. September 14th, Robert Williams, Concordia Parish, Louisiana. September 22nd, Luke Washington, Meggie, Arkansas. September 22nd, Richard Washington, Meggie, Arkansas. September 22nd, Henry Crobison, Meggie, Arkansas. November the 10th, Lawrence Younger, Lloyd, Virginia. December 17th, unknown Negro, Williamston, South Carolina. December 23rd, Samuel Taylor, Brooks County, Georgia. December 23rd, Charles Frazier, Brooks County, Georgia. December 23rd, Samuel Pike, Brooks County, Georgia. December 23rd, Harry Sherrard, Brooks County, Georgia. December 23rd, unknown Negro, Brooks County, Georgia. December 23rd, unknown Negro, Brooks County, Georgia. December 23rd, unknown Negro, Brooks County, Georgia. December 26th, Daniel McDonald, Winston County, Mississippi. And December 26th, William Carter, Winston County, Mississippi. Rape. January 17th, John Buckner, Valley Park, Missouri. January 21st, M.G. Campbell, Melico Mines, Kentucky. January 27th, unknown, Verona, Missouri. February the 11th, Henry McCreag, near Pioneer, Tennessee. April 6th, Daniel Aldrin, Greensboro, Georgia. April 15th, Seymour Newland, Russellvania, Ohio. October 26th, Robert Eberts, Jamaica, Georgia. April 27th, James Robinson, Manassas, Virginia. April 27th, Benjamin White, Manassas, Virginia. May the 15th, Nim Young, Ocala, Florida. May the 22nd, unknown, Miller County, Georgia. June 13th, unknown, Blackshear, Georgia. June 18th, Owen Opletree, Forsyth, Georgia. June 22nd, Henry Kappas, Magnolia, Arkansas. June 26th, Caleb Godley, Bowling Green, Kentucky. June 28th, Fayette Franklin, Mitchell, Georgia. July 2nd, Joseph Johnson, Hillers Creek, Missouri. July 6th, Louis Bankhead, Cooper, Alabama. July 16th, Marion Howard, Scottsville, Kentucky. July 20th, William Griffith, Woodville, Texas. August 12th, William Nursebred, Rossville, Tennessee. August 14th, Marshall Boston, Frankfort, Kentucky. September 19th, David Gooseby, Atlanta, Georgia. October 15th, Willis Griffey, Princeton, Kentucky. November 8th, Lee Lawrence, Jasper County, Georgia. November 10th, Needham Smith, Tipton County, Tennessee. November 14th, Robert Mosley, Doulanite, Alabama. December 4th, William Jackson, Ocala, Florida. December 18th, unknown, Marion County, Florida. Unknown offenses. March 6th, Lamson Gregory, Bells Depot, Tennessee. March 6th, unknown woman, near March, Arkansas. April 14th, Alfred Brin, Calhoun, Georgia. June the 8th, Harry Gill, West Lancaster, South Carolina. November the 23rd, unknown, Landrum, South Carolina. December the 5th, Mrs. Teddy Arthur, Lincoln County, West Virginia. Desperado, June the 14th, Charles Willis, Ocala, Florida. Suspected incendiarism, January 18th, unknown, Bayou Sarah, Louisiana. Suspected arson, January 14th, J.H. Dave, Monroe, Louisiana. Enticing servant away, February the 10th, Collins, Athens, Georgia. Train wrecking, February 10th, Jesse Dillingham, Smokyville, Texas. Highway robbery, June 3rd, unknown, Dublin, Georgia. Incendiarism, November 8th, Gabe Knowles, Blackford, Kentucky. November 8th, Ulysses Knowles, Blackford, Kentucky. Arson, December the 20th, James Allen, Brownsville, Texas. Assault, December 23rd, George King, New Orleans, Louisiana. No offense, December the 28th, Scott Sherman, Morehouse Parish, Louisiana. Burglary, May the 29th, Henry Smith, Clinton, Mississippi. May the 29th, William James, Clinton, Mississippi. Alleged rape, June the 4th, Reddy Murdoch, Yazoo, Mississippi. Attempted rape, July 14th, unknown Negro, Biloxi, Mississippi. July 26th, Vance McClure, New Iberia, Louisiana. July 26th, William Tyler, Carlisle, Kentucky. September 14th, James Smith, Stark, Florida. October 8th, Henry Gibson, Fairfield, Texas. October the 20th, Williams, Upper Marlboro, Maryland. June the 9th, Lewis Williams, Hewitt Springs, Mississippi. June the 28th, George Linton, Brookhaven, Mississippi. June the 28th, Edward White, Hudson, Alabama. July the 6th, George Pond, Fulton, Mississippi. And July the 7th, Augustus Pond, Tupelo, Mississippi. Race prejudice. June the 10th, Mark Jacobs, Bienville, Louisiana. July 24th, unknown woman, Sampson County, Mississippi. Introducing smallpox. June the 10th, James Perry, Knoxville, Arkansas. Kidnapping, March the 2nd. Lynching, Harlan County, Kentucky. Conspiracy, May the 29th, J.T. Burgess, Palatka, Florida. Horse stealing, June the 20th, Archie Haynes, Mason County, Kentucky. June the 20th, Bert Haynes, Mason County, Kentucky. June the 20th, William Haynes, Mason County, Kentucky. Writing letter to a white woman, May the 9th, unknown Negro, West Texas. Giving information, July the 12th, James Nelson, Abbeville, South Carolina. Stealing, January the 5th, Alfred Davis, Live Oak County, Arkansas. Larceny, April 18th, Henry Montgomery, Lewisburg, Tennessee. Political causes, July the 19th, John Brownlee, Oxford, Alabama. Conjuring, July the 20th, Alan Myers, Rankin County, Mississippi. Attempted murder, June the 1st, Frank Ballard, Jackson, Tennessee. Alleged murder, April 5th, Negro, near Selma, Alabama. April 5th, Negro, near Selma, Alabama. Without cause, May the 17th, Samuel Wood, Gates City, Virginia. Barn burning, April 22nd, Thomas Black, Tuscumbia, Alabama. April 22nd, John Williams, Tuscumbia, Alabama. April 22nd, Tony Johnson, Tuscumbia, Alabama. July the 14th, William Bell, Dixon, Tennessee. September the 1st, Daniel Hawkins, Millington, Tennessee. September the 1st, Robert Haynes, Millington, Tennessee. September the 1st, Warner Williams, Millington, Tennessee. September the 1st, Edward Hall, Millington, Tennessee. September the 1st, John Haynes, Millington, Tennessee. And September the 1st, Graham White, Millington, Tennessee. Asking a white woman to marry him, May the 23rd, William Brooks, Gales Line, Arkansas. Offenses charged for lynching. Suspected arson, 2. Stealing, 1. Political causes, 1. Murder, 45. Rape, 29. Being a desperado, 1. Suspected incendiarism, 1. Train wrecking, 1. Enticing servant away, 1. Kidnapping, 1. Unknown offense, 6. Larceny, 1. Barn burning, 10. Writing letters to a white woman, 1. Without cause, 1. burglary, 1. Asking a white woman to marry, 1. Conspiracy, 1. Attempted murder, 1. Horse stealing, 3. Highway robbery, 1. Alleged rape, 1. Attempted rape, 11. Race prejudice, 2. Introducing smallpox, 1. Giving information, 1. Conjuring, 1. Incendiarism, 2. Arson, 1. Assault, 1. No offense, 1. Alleged murder, 2. Total 134 individuals of color. Lynching states: Mississippi 15, Arkansas 8, Virginia 5, Tennessee 15, Alabama 12, Kentucky 12, Texas 9, Georgia 19, South Carolina 5, Florida 7, Louisiana 15, Missouri 4, Ohio 2, Maryland 1, West Virginia 2, Indiana 1, Kansas 1, Pennsylvania 1. Lynching by the month. January 11, February 17, March 8, April 36, May 16, June 31, July 21, August 4, September 17, October 7, November 9, December 20, for a total of 197. Both colored and white individuals. Women lynched. July the 24th. Unknown woman. Race prejudice. Sampson County, Mississippi, March the 6th. Unknown woman. Unknown offense. March, Arkansas. And December 5th. Mrs. Teddy Arthur. Unknown cause. Lincoln County, West Virginia. But yeah, that ends that particular reading. As you can see, some of the reasons given for lynching was just stupid and absurd. Introducing smallpox. Really? Writing to a white woman. Oh, gotta protect that purity and sanctity. It turns out not to be actual purity and sanctity because you're all really full of shit. Asking a white woman to marry them. And then you've got just without cause. Political causes. Giving information. Someone just... Yeah, it's down that way. You shouldn't talk to them. It's like, really, guys? Really? Enticing a servant away. Slavery is not even a thing at this point. Now there is the other ways of informal slavery, where people work the land to have a place to stay and food and stuff. Because many African Americans had no money, no real possessions. Some of them didn't, so. Wow. And again, this is just 1894. 1 year. And you can see not only are some of the reasons just outright stupid, but you see that it's not just southern states. You have your normal ones you expect. Your Mississippi's, Arkansas, Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, Texas, Georgia, South Carolina, Louisiana. And then you have others you might not suspect as much. Florida, again, it's a southern state, but it's one of those you don't think of in that same vein. And then you've got Missouri, which is kind of in the middle of the country. Ohio's in the north. Maryland is right above Virginia. West Virginia used to be part of Virginia. And then you've got in the north, in the middle, Indiana, Kansas, and Pennsylvania. Just to show it wasn't in the South that only these were happening. But, yeah. But yeah, if you wanted to see some of the reasons, and we've seen them earlier as well, just pure out and out stupid reasons given to lynch people. I mean, there is no reasonable reason to lynch people. But some of the reasons given, wow. Just, wow. You have to question what the hell is going through the minds of some people that, yeah, this is what we should do. Anyway, yeah, let's see. We have one more piece, and we'll be getting into the mob rule pamphlet to read. It's mob rule in New Orleans. Right now we're reading, I think it's the Red Record, yeah. And then that'll be the end of the book after we get through the mob rule in New Orleans pamphlet. So altogether we've got a little over 50 pages. But with that, we'll go ahead and end this episode. At the top, as always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. And it can't just be some tinfoil hat wearing sources or anecdotes piled together to look like a decent source. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.